Greetings, my friends. Hope this day finds you safe, healthy, and happy and thriving. You living your best life wherever you are, whatever you're doing, that you're just enjoying the hell out of yourself. You're having a great, great, great time. I hope that's what you're doing. A different format here today. I hope you. This is interesting for me. This is the living room of my house here in Mocksville, North Carolina. Got a brand new computer, brand new camera, which just a great picture. I had a good picture on my old camera, but this one's really phenomenal. Really like it. Hope the volume is good on my microphone here. It should be fine, I think. Yeah. So, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Our Thanksgiving was awesome. We went to up to Long Island, which is where I'm from originally. I was born in Brooklyn, New York, but I was raised on Long Island pretty much. Left Long Island in 1975, moved to Colorado, and was out there until 2021 when my beloved Lisa and I moved here back to the East Coast, or the East Coast area, if you will. But we went back up to Long Island, and in 1989, 35 years ago, the middle child in my family, my sister Elizabeth, said to my dad, we're just sitting around here waiting for the turkey to cook. Why don't we go and play 9 holes of golf? And my father was like all in. And there's a little local course several miles from the house I grew up in called Peninsula. It's a privately owned course. It has actually just been bought by the local township, but it's been a private course for, I think, close to 100 years. But it was built when there was nothing there. Now it's in the middle of a neighborhood. It's a great little course. I've played there many, many, many times. And my sister and my dad, I think it was just the two of them, they went and played 9 holes of golf. The next year they did the same, and other people joined them, and they continued to do that. Now my dad passed away in 1994, so and he didn't get to play in the last one, I don't believe, because he was pretty sick. So he did 4, and the 5th one, my brother Chris took over, and he started ramrodding it, and he has kept that tradition going for 35 years, which is, I think, pretty awesome. And the interesting thing is, I'm probably one of the 2 or 3 most avid golfers, or was, in my family. I haven't played in like 7 years. And I've never played in the turkey scramble, the turkey shoot. They call it different things at different times. But this year, my beloved Lisa and I drove up to Long Island, and I got to play in it. And it was really a lot of fun. The interesting thing was that it was very cold weather up in New York, but it was beautiful. I mean, the sun was out every single day, except when Thanksgiving Day, when it rained like, man, the old expression is, it rained to beat the band. I mean, it was just unbelievable. It was coming down in torrents, and it's very close. The course is very close to the Great South Bay of Long Island. And there was a pretty good wind blowing in off the bay. A couple of the holes, there was the rain was coming down so hard. I was wearing a kind of one of those oiled Australian caps, wide brimmed hat. And there was a couple of times if I was standing close enough to the ball with an iron shot, I actually had a stream of water dripping off my hat right onto the ball, which was really pretty interesting. But anyway, it was so crazy. It was beyond belief, but it was so much fun. And I just keep calling it the same thing, crazy fun, because it was crazy to even just be out there. But it was so much fun. We had a great time. My beloved Lisa went out there. She was just going to ride in the cart with my sister Elizabeth, who's she's the one who started it all, and she's the most avid golfer in the family. And Lisa was just going to ride in the cart with her, but they were playing with my brother Chris, who was the ramrod, and he and Liz talked my beloved Lisa into playing, and she played great and had a great time too. So it was really very exciting. Drove back down here after 3-4 days up there, and it was just a great Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving anywhere near as much as we enjoyed ours, because it was fun. So get back home here. Sunday was the 1st of December. Lisa and I have belonged to a spiritual circle for, 6 years, 5 years, something like that. We were invited to an existing group to join the group. And it's originally we all lived in Colorado. Then Lisa and I moved to, one couple moved to Hawaii, and then Lisa and I moved to North Carolina. Then the Hawaii couple moved back to Colorado, and it's blah, blah, blah. We've been doing it on Zoom all through COVID. And now we're doing it on Zoom again because we don't live there. We did it when we were back in Colorado back in July to visit. We had the spiritual circle in person for the first time in a long time. But we have the spiritual circle. We roughly meet once a month and we discuss whatever we discuss. We have different things that we talk about, spiritual things, political things, no holds barred, really. Whatever's on anyone's mind, we have one of us chooses to facilitate, and we just take it from there. There's 9 of us in the spiritual circle. There are 3 couples and 3 singles. One of the singles is a fellow by the name of Yulan Savage. Yulan is someone I've known for many, many years. I first met him when I was doing practitioner duty on a Sunday morning at Mile High Church. I was in the front of the sanctuary at the end of a service doing prayer, and he came to me for a prayer. And I, for whatever reason, I just remembered him because of the name Yulan. It was a very strange name, and I remembered him. He's also an older black man, and he was always kind of a solitary figure in my mind. He sat out in the lobby after the 8 o'clock. Well, he got there like towards the end of the 8 o'clock service. He would sit in the lobby on a bench and wait till the 10 o'clock service, which was the one he attended. And I would see him every morning when I come out of the 8 o'clock service, and I would head right to the men's room, which was my habit. And Yulan would be sitting on the bench, and I would always say, "Good morning, Yulan." And I think, as I recall, his thing that he most often would say would be greetings. But we just always exchanged that. We were never friends. We never knew each other until the spiritual circle. And there was Yulan in the group, which was really very cool. And I knew all but 2 of these people previously that were in the circle. But I had no idea they all had known Yulan for many years. So anyway, Yulan, 95 years old, might have been 96. I think he's 95, made his transition on Sunday, December 1st. At the end of every spiritual circle, at 95 years old, by the way, that's a pretty good number. If somebody told me right now, you can have 95 if you'll take it, I would say sold. 92 is kind of my goal. I'll take 95. At the end of every spiritual circle, before we prayed out, Yulan always read from this thing called You. And he did it the exact same way I always do it to start my show. He just opened the book. And it was uncanny how whatever Yulan read was just right in alignment with whatever we had been talking about for the entire evening. So on Monday, which was December 2nd, on Monday, Lisa picked up the book. She picked up this thing called You. And she held the book and she walked out onto our front porch, and she asked Yulan, his spirit, she said, "What do you want me to know?" And then she opened the book. And this is what we got. And this is my reading for the show. And this is probably, I don't have a whole heck of a lot more than this for you today. I just wanted to tell you the story and honor a man who, you know what, before I do that, Yulan, again, 95 years old. Born in Mississippi, I believe, with a very big family, like 11 children or 10 children. His father was a Baptist minister. They were lucky in that their father moved them all up north to I believe, the Chicago area. And Yulan's father was a fairly successful Baptist minister, but they're Baptists. I mean, I always refer to it as crazy Baptist because that's, they did the whole thing, the singing, the talking in tongues, the whole 9 yards. And Yulan, he grew up, okay, he's 95 years old. All right, let's do the math real quick. So he was born in 29. Is that right? Yeah, he was born in 1929, the height of the Depression, or the beginning of the Depression. And he went through all of the indignations, all of the trials and tribulations growing up a black man in the South. He told the stories of the police with the nightstick, tapping him in the back of the head with the nightstick just to torment him. He joined the army. He was, I think he made it up to lieutenant in the army, but he was discriminated against in the army as I guess there's still some of that goes on today, whether you're a minority or a female, but whatever. And all of the things that he went through growing up in America over the past 95 years, which went from, remember the Voting Rights Act was 1965. By that time, he was like 36 years old before he even had the right to vote. I mean, it's incredible the things he went through. He was a lifelong Democratic mover and shaker. He spent untold hours on the phone talking to Democrats to get them out to vote. talking to people who are not Democrats to give them the Democratic point of view. He absolutely was passionate about that, and he did it in every single election. As he was dying this year, he did it again. One of my great wishes was that he would get to see his dream come true, which would have been the election of Kamala Harris, but obviously that didn't happen. But anyway, he went on to become very successful in the mental health field. He became the executive director of Adams County Mental Health. It's got a completely different name now, but at the time, that's Adams County is a county in Colorado, one of the metro area suburban counties, and a relatively large county, but kind of sparsely populated back then, and even maybe now it's way more populated. But back then it was pretty sparsely populated. A lot of industry over there. There was oil refineries and the Purina plant and lots of other things over there. But wound up becoming the executive director of this mental health facility in Adams County, which is an extraordinary journey. I mean, I'm giving you the abbreviated version. It's an extraordinary journey for anyone, but for someone who grew up a black man, black boy in the South, that's a big deal. That's a really, really big deal. And so he was kind of an inspiration, but he also gave me and those of us who in the group, he gave us this incredible historical lesson, this historical perspective of what it was truly like to grow up a black man in America, something I have always said I can only imagine. And trust me when I tell you, my imagination wasn't even close to the things that he experienced and went through in his life. A great man, a blessed man, someone who I love dearly. I will miss him very much, but once again, he made his transition this past Sunday, December 1st, 2024. He will be missed by many, many, many people. A great man, 95 years old, kind of my hero at 95. I want to follow Yulan's example. But when my beloved Lisa took the book out onto the front porch and she said, Yulan, what do you want me to know? She opened the book, and oddly enough, it went to the first page of chapter 5, page 31. And this is what it says. It is wonderful to know that your good is at hand. Your night wanes. Your dawn is breaking. There is a living spirit at the center of your being. The original author of all life is in and around you. Not a God who was, but a God who is. This is the great secret which you share with life. Life is wherever you are. It revolves around you even as it flows through you. Keep the doorway of your mind open. Feeling, thinking, communing with this life. Know that it fills you with light and with power. Learn to exchange fears, doubts, and uncertainties for faith. Faith can make you whole. Faith can convert fear into certainty, poverty into riches, disease into health. Faith can lift you from a valley of despair into a mountain of hope and certainty. There is a power which flows out through your words of faith. There is a law of faith which has the power to bring into your life everything you need. Jesus understood this. It was through this law that he healed the sick, raised the dead, and gave sight to the blind and fed the multitudes. He said that anyone who believes can do what he was doing. He said that you can do it. This power is in you. It is where you are. It is yours, but it must be used. You need not go through any practices to unify with this power, for you are already one with it. You need not go in search of it because it is already where you are. Because you are always in contact with it, you can bring into your life the good you so greatly desire, for it will honor your desires. It will bring them into manifestation into your life. And then Holmes writes an affirmation for this. I place my affairs in the hands of goodness, love, and wisdom. I place them there with supreme confidence. I have a childlike faith and trust in good. I know there is nothing between me and that which is best. I am filled with enthusiastic hope. I look forward to entering into the fullness of life. And so it is. That was what the guidance my beloved Lisa got from Yulan to read from this thing called You. I think it's a fantastic lesson. It is truly about that idea that we have the possibilities. We have the ability, the power to transform every bit of uncertainty, doubt, unworthiness, lack, ill health. We have the ability to transform that into a faith to know that our good is always at hand. That's all I got for you today. I want you to always remember that the New Thought Media Network is a nonprofit organization. We live, breathe, and move by virtue of your donations. And this is really funny because it looks like some things have changed in my setup here, and I can't tell. This is really funny. I can't find the banner. So what you want to do is, if you are interested in contributing to us, and we would be immensely grateful for anything and everything you deign to bestow upon us, go to newthoughtmedia.org. That's ntmedia.org. Click on donate. And again, we will be immensely grateful for everything that you would deign to bestow upon us. We would be very, very, very happy. I think I found it. There it is. I have my own separate little banner thing here. It's really funny. I haven't done a show here in several weeks, and there's been an upgrade here or an update to the system, and it's pretty funny. There you go. Oh, that's not it. That's not it. This is it. There you go. newthoughtmedia.org. If you want to find me, you can reach me at teamrockitnow@gmail.com. That's it for me today. I wish you all the love, all the blessings the universe has to offer. I hope you will join me on the Thursdays that I show up here. I hope whenever you see the notification I'm going to do a show, you pop in and join me. But until then, my friends, namaste.